Did you know BMW originally began manufacturing aircraft engines before they produced their first motorcycle? And then they subsequently joined the automobile manufacturing industry in 1928? Learn all about it in this brief history of BMW. So, a little bit of history on BMW. Been around for quite some time, over 100 years. Founded in 1910 by Gustav Otto Manufacturing Aircraft Engines originally. They produced their first motorcycle in 1923, started there, and then moved into automobile manufacturing 5 years later. In 1928, they started manufacturing their own motor vehicles, non-motorcycles, automobiles. Then, of course, that whole thing happened in the late 30s and mid 40s. So they were subsequently banned from manufacturing automobiles or aircraft for quite some time after that. So, in order to survive, instead of doing that, they made pots, pans, and bicycles. Well, I can't make motorcycles. I can't make cars. So I guess we'll make other things made out of metal and maybe something with wheels like a bicycle. They did restart their motorcycle manufacturing just a few years later in 1948. And then they restarted making automobiles in 1952. And they have been making, of course, automobiles and motorcycles to this day. So interesting. Oh, it's always interesting to delve into a little bit of history in some of these manufacturers. So the 5 Series, the vehicles that we know today, let's talk about that. We're not talking about the older ones like the 2002s or things like that. So the vehicles as we know them today in BMW. The 5 Series was introduced in 72. The 3 Series was introduced in 75. The 6 Series was introduced in 1976. And then they introduced the 7 Series in 1978. And then throughout, let's see, I think it was late 90s. The 3 Series kind of split, and then off into the 4 Series as well. And now we have the 1 Series, the 2. We have 1 through 7 right now with all their different series. So it's definitely a lot of different models to worry about and take care of. And they also own Mini, if you didn't know that, and then Rolls-Royce as well. So they got their hands in everything from the little tiny Mini all the way up to a big old Rolls-Royce, big expensive Rolls-Royce. So they got their hands in everything. Like I said, they got motorcycles out there as well, and those are pretty technologically advanced for a motorcycle. We explored the history of BMW, but can you guess the top 10 models that are sold in North America? Find out more in the next video in our series.